Hare Krishna everyone, Radhe Radhe. I hope all of you are doing well. Today I'm back with another video where we are going to discuss about Shloka number 14. Last we did Shloka number 13, and in that we had discussed how Sri Krishna is talking to Arjuna and he's telling him that the souls are eternal and that the soul never dies, and hence he also talks about the illusionary energy Maya, how Maya blinds every soul in a way that they get into they get into a state where they forget God or they forget the Lord and then their relationship with Lord. So it is extremely important for every soul to awaken and to come back to the relationship with God so that they can get free from the cycle of birth and death. So let's get started with the Shloka 14, which goes like Matra Sparshas tu kaunteya śītoṣṇa-sukha-duḥkha-dāḥ Āgamāpāyino nityās tāṁs titikṣasva bhārata. It is titikṣasva bhārata. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course, I like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O scion of Bhārata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. In the proper discharge of duty, one has to learn to tolerate non-permanent appearances and disappearances of happiness and distress. According to Vedic injunction, one has to take his bath early in the morning, even during the month of Magha, that is January or February. It is very cold at that time, but in spite of that, a man who abides by the religious principles does not hesitate to take his bath. Similarly, a woman does not hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the months of May and June, the hottest part of the summer season. One has to execute his duty in spite of climatic inconveniences. Similarly, to fight is the religious principle of the Kshatriyas, and although one has to fight with some friend or relative, one should not deviate from his prescribed duty. One has to follow the prescribed rules and regulations of religious principles in order to rise up to the platform of knowledge, because by knowledge and devotion only can one liberate himself from the clutches of Maya, that is illusion. The two different names of address given to Arjuna are also significant. To address him as Kaunteya signifies his great blood relations from his mother's side, and to address him as Bhārata signifies his greatness from his father's side. From both sides, he is supposed to have a great heritage. A great heritage brings responsibility in the matter of proper discharge of duties. Therefore, he cannot avoid fighting. So, in the Shloka 14, it's quite easy to understand that Sri Krishna is saying appearances of sadness or happiness are like different seasons in one's life. So it is like winter or summer season, which is so temporary that it comes by and then it passes by. So because it is so temporary, and it comes from the sense perception. Sense perception is something that we can perceive with the five senses. So one must tolerate them openly or not fight it to properly deliver one's duty. So the important part is for all of our souls to be steady in both times of happiness and in sadness. That is the state of Stithapragyan, which means that we need to accept both goodness and the bad side of anything with the same acceptance. So what happens that in the Vedic injunction, taking bath early in the morning, even in the times of winter season, that is in January or February, which is called the Magha season, abiding by discipline is something that should be consistent irrespective of what is happening outside, without being internally affected by it. One should continue the duties in both favorable and unfavorable times. And knowledge and devotion, two aspects, help remove Maya's delusion that helps to bring salvation in one soul's life. So Arjuna here is referred to as kaunteya because he is blood related from his mother's side to Sri Krishna, and Arjuna is also called bhārata because his father's, now he's called bhārata because of his father's side and the great heritage that he carries from his father's side. Kaunteya because he was a Kunti putra. Now Arjun has great heritage from both his mother's and father's side, and he has great responsibility to discharge his duties. And here in the Kurukshetra, it is his duty to fight for dharma and to fight for the righteousness. So today we learned that irrespective of whatever happens in our life, devotion, knowledge are the two things that can help us remain Stithapragyan, that is stoic, and to deliver our duties irrespective of whatever the situation is externally. And this also gives us more power towards bhakti. And once we reach a state of bhakti, we not only gain more gyan, we gain the direction towards the truth, we gain the direction towards God Himself. Okay, so enough for today, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video where we'll be discussing what happens in Shloka number 15 and how Arjuna responds to what Krishna has to say. Till then, I hope you guys are doing your mantra chanting. Take care of yourself, and Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe.